Angry Guy here, and today we're discussing why crypto is a game changer for passport bros and a nightmare for modern women. So, crypto is a game changer for passport bros and a nightmare for modern women. Why do I say that? Guys, wealth and resources are very important. For those of you that don't know about crypto, I do have a cryptocurrency academy, which I'm going to be linking eventually. I'm just building it back up right now for you. You need to learn about crypto because crypto is liberation. Crypto is money that is very hard for them to take away from you. When you have your crypto, unless they have your private keys, they can't take your money. Unless you're storing your funds on an exchange, for example, they have to basically find out that you have funds on that exchange and then try to get access to those funds on that exchange. But if you have your funds on a private wallet and they don't have your private keys, they can't get access to that. And this is game changing. And there are different kinds of cryptocurrency for one. For example, there's Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is, it goes up and down in value. But there's other cryptocurrencies called stable coins. All right. And stable coins, for example, are coins that are pegged against different different denominations of money. So, for example, there are stable coins that are pegged against the U.S. dollar, the most popular being Tether, and there are stable coins that are pegged against things like the euro and other currencies. And that's really really important because regardless of whether or not these stick around for the immediate future, this basically means that you can have your money and you can store your money on a private wallet, on a wallet, right? On a crypto wallet, and no one can touch that. They can try, they can fight, they can make your life very difficult, but they can't take your money away from you. All right? And this is where it changes everything. They could go into your bank account before and they can empty your bank account. All right? They can't do that anymore with crypto. You have your funds in a private wallet. Too bad for you, miss. And then here's what you do. When you need when you need to spend money, right? You transfer some over to your Coinbase account, and then you convert. And then this is it. This is the truth. Transfer some over to your Coinbase account, or convert it to Bitcoin. Whatever you want to do, and you have a million different options. You can get a cryptocurrency debit card, and you can use that debit card, and basically you have Bitcoin on there, and you can go to an ATM, take out money using your cryptocurrency debit card, and voila, you have cash. Okay, that's just one example. Or you could have something like Cash App, and you can transfer your Bitcoin over there, and then convert your Bitcoin to dollars, and then go to an ATM and then take out cash using Cash App, using a Cash App debit card, or you can spend right, or you can use the app right then and there. You have a million different options with cryptocurrency. You can build your own decentralized crypto bank account, and you can live off the grid doing this. And women cannot come after your money. The government can't take your money, and women can't take your money. So if you have child support payments, they can't touch those funds. All right? They cannot get. They can try to, and it's very difficult. It's very very difficult. So you will always have money, and there are a bunch of different ways for men to now make money, and keep that money keep that money away from the government, away from a spouse who says that that wants to claim half of your stuff. There's so many options today for men to take control of their lives and be in power and be in control. And guys, that's why I say you have to know about crypto. People are saying, "Oh, the crypto markets are dying." Bitcoin 5 years ago, what was it? 5 years ago, Bitcoin was like $2,000 a coin, or $2,500 a coin. Now Bitcoin is like $20,000 a coin, and it had gone as high as 40, like over $40,000. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? In like roughly 5 years, 5 years, the value has increased by more than 10 times in 5 years. All right? It went as high as 20 times. 20 times in 5 years. I want y'all to think about that. All right? There's no other asset that has done those kinds of numbers. The crypto market isn't dead. You just have to know what cryptos to invest in. Look at Ethereum. 5 years ago, you could have got Ethereum for $200. Right now, what Ethereum is, it bounces between like $1,500 and $2,500 or $3,000, more or less, depending on how the markets are. And Ethereum is only going to continue going up. I know you guys want to check, but I know you want to check out the video. I'm going to jump into it. Just want to remind you guys that if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to never miss another video again, and also like the video because it tells YouTube that you're enjoying the content and you want to see more of it. They can make your life very difficult, but they can't take your money away from you, and that's the big game changer.
He's going to get the kitty. He's getting beautiful woman, athletic baddie, something that you're not.
Weak men go to other countries to find vulnerable women because they can exert way more influence on them than they ever could in the United States.
Aren't educated. No, they're not. These women went to colleges, university. These women are college graduate.
In Florida, you can find Latino women everywhere in the United States. The only reason why you go to Mexico or Central America is because you're looking for poor women.
Didn't get mad until black women got mad.
Can we just get along? Can we just love one another?
I want to tell you guys something about Mexico, for example. Mexico is not a poor country. Like these people like Destiny. Mexico is not a poor country. Mexico is a rich country. You guys are going to say, what? Angry, are you insane? I've lived in Mexico. I've traveled around this world. I've lived in Mexico. Mexico is not a poor country. They are right next to the United States. We manufacture a ton of different things in Mexico. We do a lot of trade with Mexico. Mexico is a wealthy country, but I didn't realize it at first how wealthy Mexico is. When you see people coming to the United States and you hear that, oh, they're coming from Mexico, to find a better life. Those are people who come from villages, like far away, like places like Sinaloa. And Sinaloa is not a terrible place, but they come from these strange places, all right, where they do farming and stuff like that and agriculture, and a lot of those people don't go to school. I'm telling you, it's absolutely crazy. A lot of people from the United States go to Mexico and they get their education in Mexico. And some people who have their education, they work in Mexico and they make tons of money. It's insanity. You can get an incredible education in Mexico going to the schools over there, the universities over there, and yet you can bring your degree to the United States. There's so many options. There's also this notion that people are struggling to come into the United States. Here's what some people don't realize about this. Many of you probably don't even know. Mexicans can come into the U.S. right through the front door. They don't have to cross into the U.S. over the border and seek out, say that I'm seeking for help. They don't have to do that. They can go through the front door. They can get a visa and enter the country and walk around. They're our neighbors. So if you ask, why do people do that? The reason why is because if you come in through the front door, then you don't get a goodie bag. You don't get to stay in hotels. You don't get expedited residency. You don't get all these benefits if you come in through the front door. That's the thing. Guys, crypto is a game changer for password bros, and it's a nightmare for modern women because it's basically saying you can't touch my wallet anymore. My wallet is locked. You can't touch it. I'm not giving you access to it, and that's it. All right, it's a nightmare for modern women. It's a nightmare for governments because it basically takes the power away and it puts it in your hands. We're moving towards a digital dollar right now. A lot of different countries are moving towards a digital dollar. And with that digital dollar, you will no longer have control of your money. You will no longer have control of your money. In that, think about a digital dollar economy. In a digital dollar economy, they can control where you spend your money, how you spend your money. They can immediately, if there is something, if something happens, they can freeze your account, and they can freeze your funds, and they can freeze your funds, and you will have access to no money. You can be poor overnight. A billionaire can be homeless overnight. Think about this very carefully. A billionaire can be homeless overnight. In India, for example, they literally went to war trying to completely remove physical money and move to digital money. And that's what they want to do in the US. They're doing it in other countries. And this is what they want to do in the US as well. And that's going to be the new order. That's going to be the new world order. And that's one currency. Okay? Where literally they control the funds, and you cannot, and they can freeze your funds, they can take them away. And here's another big one. They know where every dollar is at every given moment, and they can track it, and they know how you're spending your money. So you have no anonymity. They know exactly where you spent your money at any given time. And this is another one. This allows them to also track you at any given moment. Because if you have these funds, because they're going to control the kinds of wallets that you can use to store your money. All right. So you may only be so if they control the wallet where you store your money, and for example, it has to be registered. They'll say, "Oh, this one it has to be registered." So to prevent things like money laundering, they're gonna say it has to be registered to prevent things like money laundering, right? But really, what it's doing is it's ensuring that they can track. Not only are they tracking where the money is and how the money is spent, but they're also tracking you, because they're basically saying, "Oh, well, you spent this money at this place and so and so." And it also changes how the IRS operates as well, because the IRS now knows every dollar that you have. They know at any given moment any money that's come to you. So any money that's come to you and any money that's left you, they can keep track of it. All right. Not only can they take it away from you, but they can track every dime, every penny. Let's say a family member sends you some money. Immediately, they'll know about it. Everybody knows. Everyone in the government knows about it. You have no anonymity whatsoever anymore. And that's why crypto is such a, and for women, think about this with, like, when it comes to something like child support. They'll go to the court and that money will be gone. I mean, it's bad enough already that they can take it from your bank account, but no. Now those funds will be frozen just like this. Okay. And they'll take it instantly. It'll happen immediately. It's like you will have no control over your money anymore. None whatsoever. All right? And when this happens, do you know what's going to skyrocket in value? Gold. Because it's going to be one of the only tangible things left. But you know what else? Bitcoin and other forms of crypto. That's why, like Tether, for example, it's going to skyrocket in value. It's going to skyrocket in value. Tether is 1-for-1, but there's a limited number of tethers. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to buy Tether, and it's going to be going for, let's say, it's supposed to be 1-for-1, but obviously sometimes it trades for more than that. But you're going to see Tether going for maybe even $1.25, $1.10, or even if it's crazy enough, $1.25, because people are going to be paying a massive premium for this. Why are they going to be paying such a massive premium for Tether? Just so they have money that cannot be taken away from them. Because if you have money that can just be taken away from you instantly, then you don't really have ownership of it. It's true. If your money can just be taken away from you instantly, then you don't really have ownership of it. And you have to understand that. And women have used the courts for generations to extract the wealth and the resources. And now it's changing, because with crypto that can't be done anymore. They can't just go in and take it. You have to learn. Let me tell y'all something. The markets are only going to continue booming. Right now, crypto is still in an infancy phase. You say infancy. It's still in an infancy phase, as the technology is still being developed and people are still learning about it. And the application of this technology is still being worked on. This is not tulip mania. We've seen practical application of crypto. And men are not giving up their crypto. All right? You're gonna watch. You're going to literally see. I mean, it's already happening where women are going to court and trying to get half of a man when the divorce happens. They're trying to get half of a man's crypto, and guess what? They can't do it. They can't do it. Throw him in jail for 10 years. They can't get his crypto. There's some dudes who will happily lay in jail for 10 years and giggle to themselves, because they're like, oh, sir, there's a certain amount of funds missing, and we have reason to believe that you're holding this amount of money in crypto. And guess what? Let's say they even know where the crypto is. Let's say his wife actually has the address to the wallet, so she can see how much funds are in the wallet. And she's like, holy cow, this guy has a Bitcoin. I'm supposed to get half of that. And guess what? And let's say this is in 10 years from now, when Bitcoin is over $100,000, all right? Or maybe even $500,000. Can you imagine? This guy's there just giggling, and he's like, and she's like, the court's like, we are ordering you to hand over this information. And he's like, no. Okay, well, we're gonna put you in jail. Okay. And they can't keep you in jail forever. And this, I'm telling you, men are spiteful. Men are spiteful now. Men are spiteful. All right. A lot of men will happily sit in jail for a decade. And the funniest thing, here's the crazy thing about that: put him in jail for a decade, and because he won't hand over his crypto. He won't give you access to his Bitcoin or his Ethereum, and he'll stay in jail and he will giggle to himself. All right. And in 10 years, when he gets out, and that Bitcoin is now worth $1 million, and he's still giggling to himself. All right, because his money is just growing. His money is just growing, and she can't get access to any of it. It's a game changer. And the thing about crypto is, if you look at the crypto markets, crypto is still crypto is something that you have to learn about. You have to study, you have to learn, you have to know how the technology works, and you have to be responsible. There's a lot of people who've lost money in crypto. But the irony is that it forces you to be responsible and take accountability, which is something that women don't like. So, for example, crypto is as a result of that, there are a lot of women who won't touch crypto because of the risks that come with it, because women are very risk adverse. They're extremely risk adverse. And then here's another thing for you. When women see Bitcoin, they buy into Bitcoin at $20,000, and then it crashes down to 10, and they're like, oh my gosh, they're going to sell. They're going to panic sell. Men, on the other hand, are going to say, okay, I don't give a crap. That's still 10 grand. I'm not selling my Bitcoin. I don't care if it goes down to a dime. I'm not selling my Bitcoin. And that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin is not going to go down to zero. And then it'll go up to 100,000. And then, of course, you'll see articles online saying that women need to enter the crypto space, but they can't. Many of them will never go into the crypto space because of the risk associated in there. And then there's also the risk and the overhead, the learning. There's a lot of guys doing crypto right now, and they took time. They had to learn how crypto works. They had to take chances. They had to learn how to use a private wallet. This is all stuff that you need knowledge. You need knowledge for. I remember a woman saying that, a number of years ago, saying that, oh, crypto isn't that difficult. She has friends that are female friends that are computer programmers, and they have crypto. And I'm thinking to myself, female programmers, you're basically saying that you have, so while the average guy that doesn't know anything about that's not a programmer is buying crypto. For most women who are buying crypto today, many of them are computer programmers. Like, you have to be like, think about that, the logic, the reasoning behind that. That, like, women are so risk adverse that you have to be basically a computer programmer to feel safe buying cryptocurrency and to have the knowledge to buy cryptocurrency. That's one of the things. A lot of women don't want to put in the hard work. All right? Don't get me wrong. There are some women who will put in the hard work, and I completely commend them and I praise them. When I see a female computer programmer on YouTube and she talks about her journey and all the work she put in to learn how to program and to get into a fan company, I completely praise them, because they could have easily gone to OF. A lot of these girls are pretty decent looking, and they could have easily gone to OF and tried to make money off OF. And they didn't. They put in really hard work. They had work ethic, and they struggled, and they put in the work, and they kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, doing interview after interview. And the amount of work that they put in, and then they finally got it. And I commend them for that. But you have to understand, most women aren't going to put in that kind of work. Most women are not going to, because you have to suffer. You have to really invest. And a lot of women don't want to do these things. Look at soft girl life. Look at the soft girl movement. This is a movement. Soft girl life is a movement. It is a movement. Just like with the femme movement, soft girl life is a movement. It's women basically saying, we want to live easy lives. You think most women don't want to put in, you think they want to do all that book learning? They want to read 50 Shades. They don't want to read C++ for dummies. You've got to be kidding me. They don't want to study Java and Python and all that other. You must be kidding me. They want soft lives. They want to go and lay in the tub for an hour or two with scented candles around them. All right? And eat while eating macaroons. Okay? They want to go to the spa and chill at the spa and get their chemical peels and all this other and massages and everything else. They want to live comfortable and easy lives. This is the crazy thing. When you hear soft girl era, these soft girls, they want traditional men, right? And they are pretending to look like traditional women, but they're not traditional women. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't even want to raise kids. You need to listen to these women very carefully that are talking about soft girl life and how to be. They're not talking about cooking. They're not talking about cleaning. They're not talking about raising children. They're not talking about doing housewife stuff. All right? Everybody wants to be a housewife until it's time to do housewife stuff. All right? They don't want to do housewife stuff. They want soft lives. Listen to what they said. Listen to this. This one chick was like, she wants to know that when, if her car breaks down, her man will come, and she can call her man, and he will come and take care of that car and fix it. If her tire blows out, he'll come and take care of her car and change that tire. She doesn't want AAA. She wants her man to come and do this for her. And if her car needs to be repaired, she doesn't want to have to deal with the mechanic. She wants her man to take it to the mechanic, deal with the mechanic, pay the mechanic, pick the car up once it's been fixed, and bring it back to her. What? I mean, like, this is some. you've got millionaires who don't. A lot of millionaires do not live this life. Most people with millions of dollars in the bank are not living these lives. Like what these women are describing, like soft girl lives, are just beyond unbelievable. They basically want servants. They want a servant that was always on call. And this man will serve them. Oh, I'm hungry. This man will basically provide them with enough money. So he needs to have hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, depending on how greedy they are, so that they can live as comfortably as they want to. And he also must be at their beckoning at all times. So if anything happens, he will rush to them. No matter where he is, he will rush to them to immediately alleviate any problem that they have and fix it. This is unbelievable. Guys, this is only going to make women believe that they're even better than better. Because this is only going to put them on a whole other level. Because they now believe the lives that they want to live, because it's already bad, where they expect men to pay for everything and to do everything, to do so much. But now they want men to literally cover every aspect of their lives. And these girls living soft girl lives, they don't want to work no more. I told y'all their little bodies can't handle it. They don't want to deal with any of that. They don't want to deal with any of that. They want to live peaceful. They want to live lives that are free of stress and worry. That's it. And and like I said, if women are looking for plan B guys, they're looking for these guys that may have hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars. You'd be a crazy guy today to keep all your money in the bank. If you have millions of dollars, you're a crazy person keeping all your money in the bank. Now, don't get me wrong, you shouldn't have it under your mattress, but you're a crazy person. If you have all your money in the bank, you're crazy. If you have, like, let's say you have $2 million and you have all your money in the bank, bro, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, bro? You should at least have something set aside. You should have something set aside in crypto. At least $100,000 in crypto. So that if something happens, you have funds that no one else can touch. So even if you hit, even if things go downhill for you and you hit rock bottom, your rock bottom is different. You won't start from the very, very bottom with nothing. Because all that money can be taken away from you. I'm just being honest with you. Like, they can freeze your funds just like that. Crypto is a game changer. It's a game changer, and you have to be invested, and you need to keep up to date with crypto technology. NFTs, for example, was an example of how new crypto tech can quickly, cause the crypto markets to skyrocket. And there's going to be continuous new develops in crypto, and the key is to be ahead of the curve. So you want to be years ahead of the curve. All right, I knew about NFTs many years ago. All right. And the people who got rich off NFTs were the people who knew about NFTs many years ago. There was this guy who made like $1 million just selling pictures of himself. All right. People are, listen, Gen Z is a fresh market. Let me tell you right now, Gen Z is going to buy a ton of crypto. But you know which generation is going to really relish in crypto? It's not going to be Gen Z. It's going to be the generation after Gen Z, Gen Alpha. And you're going to say, well, when do they come along? Most of Generation Alpha has already been born. Gen Alpha are basically people born they're people born after Gen Z. Gen Z years were roughly 1997 through 2012. Okay? So come 2020. So I mean, when you really think about it like that, come 2027, more or less, all of Gen Z will be born. Come 2027, not Gen Z, Generation Alpha. Gen Z's already been born. But come 2027, because the generation is only 15 years, the boomer generation was the exception. They went from 1946 through 1964. So they were a pretty big generation. All right. But a typical generation is only 15 years. That's why the millennial years are 1981 through 1996, which is 15 years. Okay. And the Gen Z generation is 1997 through roughly 2012. Although some people say 2010, it's roughly 2012. All right. So in just a few years, in 4 years, Gen Alpha will be done. That's the end of it. They will all be born, and the oldest of Gen Alpha will be 15 years old. The oldest of Gen Alpha will be 15 years old. All right. So in 7 years, 7 years from now, in 2030, 7 years from now in 2030, Gen Alpha they'll be turning 18. It's crazy. They'll be Generation Alpha. The generation after Gen X will be turning 18. The oldest of them will be turning 18, which is unbelievable. 18. All right? And they're not going to wait until they're 18 to start getting into crypto. Crypto is going to be like a toy for Generation Alpha. While it's like, this big new technology for us, it's going to over the next decade, it's going to mature. Over the next 7 years, it's going to mature even further. And crypto is going to be more like a toy for them. They're going to use crypto almost like a toy, like trading cards. All right. And when they enter into this space, again, it's just going to be another boom, and there's going to be more advancements by then as well. So you have to be on your P's and your Q's, and you have to really stay alert and know what you're doing and know how to invest. Let's continue watching some more of this video, by the way.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Let's hop right into this video now. This girl here, and a lot of women are starting to recognize too. She recognizes what's up with the passport bros and how passport bros are right. But let me hop right into this video, guys.
Okay, so let's talk about passport bros and American women being so upset at foreign women and upset at the passport bros and calling them and they're saying that these women aren't educated. No, they're not. These women went to colleges, university. These women are college graduates. You're just mad because these women are beautiful. You're mad because these men are flying out, going to get these beautiful, attractive women. These women are goddess. These women are like 00, and you don't fit that standards.
I agree.
You want to hold out, or you don't want to give him anything. You want to be a modern day woman. No, go be a modern day woman. Don't worry about the man flying out, going to get younger, attractive woman.
She said it, man. Don't worry about these men. And these men, some of these men are of age. Like I see them all the time in the Philippines. They're older, but those men are definitely rejected back home. The men that are older are more rejected than and even the younger guys. A lot of guys need to leave out, right? They don't even have a chance. Now, it's because they're not doing for themselves. A lot of these guys are well off. But women just don't want them, so of course they're going to check out. And you know what? They're getting women more cooperative.
This is the way.
More beautiful, as she's explaining. College educated, right? She's a very smart woman. Not all of them, but still. That's what I got, right? I got me a woman that's educated, went to school, good with kids, right? Everything you could ask for.
Don't worry about it. You say you don't care. Don't worry about it. Don't even comment. If you see a passport bro going to fly out, why you care? Don't worry about it. Let him go get his queen. Shouldn't be your problem. You should just skip if it doesn't apply. But you're mad because you're not able to control the man no more.
Emotional damage.
He's going.
And that's another thing, guys. Why when I talk about crypto, they can't control you anymore. What they can't control your pockets. They can't go in and take your money. All right? It's a whole different ball game with crypto. And that's why it's a nightmare for modern women. They can't use the government to extract wealth and resources from you when you have crypto. Like I said, some dudes will spend 10 years in the pen, happily laughing, giggling to himself. All right? Happily, in isolation, even. In isolation. And he will never, ever give up his private keys. Are you crazy? He will never give up his private keys. With every day that passes, keep him in there for 20 years. He won't give up his private keys. Every day, every year he spends it there is a year that his convictions become even stronger. He won't give up his private keys to his wallet, his crypto wallet for anything. For those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about when I say private keys, when you have a digital wallet, when you have a cryptocurrency wallet, you use a private key to unlock that wallet. If you don't, and that's another thing. If you don't understand crypto, if you know what I'm talking about, that's why you need to learn. I have a cryptocurrency academy, which I'll be linking to you guys to in future videos. I'm just getting it, giving it a fresh coat of paint for you guys. But you guys need to learn. Y'all need to learn because crypto is no joke. Let's go jump back at this.
Going to get the kitty. He's getting beautiful woman, athletic baddie, something that you're not. So now why are you upset at the passport bros? Because passport bro is going to get beautiful woman. So now you're mad at the foreign woman. You just want something to be mad about. Woman just wants something to be mad about. Woman want to be mad all the time.
Is nowadays the woman want control, right? Women want to step into the man position. They want to be able to dictate everything happening, and we got to call a spade, right? That's a man's job. So men are leaving because men want to have the ability to call the shots, not because they want to straight up control women. But you know what? Men should control their situation. It's not about controlling. Oh, you do what I say to do.
Presumptuous.
That's how they make it seem. But anyway, let me let it talk.
You can't have it both ways. You can't want to be a feminist. Those women are not masculine. You're a masculine. A man want to be with a feminine woman. Those women are feminine. You're not that feminine. Those women are very feminine. Those women are take care of their husband. You're not. You want to be a boss, babe. You want to be a career woman. You want to be a man and a woman, and you don't pick a side. So the men are flying out, and you're getting passed over by younger, beautiful, attractive women. Now deal with it. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
She told y'all, deal with it. It is what it is. But will they? No. We'll continue to be called degenerates, and also other guys that are starting want to do it will be called degenerates, and also by men too. It's not only women, right? Men look at it and go, wait a minute. A lot of guys understand, but you got some guys look at it and go, oh, what kind of sucker is that? I did before. When I first started talking to my lady, I said, man, I'm not gonna move across the world to go get a woman. And then when I left, my pop said, hey man, what you doing all the way to get a girl? It's like, man, only if you knew. Was that I could get a woman back home? Did I trust situations? No. Willing to have you and be doing whatever right behind your back. It's wild. It's the wild, wild west. And that's what I wanted to leave. But anyway, guys, let me go on to this next one.
Destiny, if a guy travels to South America because he's into Latina girls, like, why is that bad?
Weak men go to other countries to find vulnerable women because they can exert way more influence on them than they ever could in the United States of America.
The first thing he said, I gotta stop him close and break down his words. Because Destiny is a smart aleck, right? And he just yap real quick, so you gotta slow him down. He said men leave to go find vulnerable women. First thing he said out of his mouth. Guys are not leaving to find vulnerable women. Right? Guys, even the places guys are going to, right? Guys are going to Africa. Those women are not vulnerable. They know exactly what they get themselves into.
You have to understand that these guys, like people like Destiny, they know exactly what they're doing. This is a way of survival for them. These are, when you're dealing with weak men are going to do their best to tear down strong men, okay? Because they want to keep the status quo going. This is how these guys survive. Okay, in a normal society, a guy like Destiny wouldn't be able to succeed. It's only because that men built a stable society where women and weak men like Destiny can survive and thrive. But without that, without the society that men have built, there would be no such thing. Guys like him are just trying to maintain the status quo, okay? Because they're afraid. They're just as afraid as a lot of women are today, that the men are leaving, the men are going away, and when men leave, strong men leave, there, the society in and of itself will begin to go downhill, because we're leaving and we're taking our money with us. And not only are we taking our money with us, but we're more than money. We are utility. So we're taking our skills with us, our bodies. Just us being men, we do a lot. You don't even realize, a lot of you don't even realize the utility that you provide. All right, just by being a man, the things that you do physically just by being a man. All right, a lot of, listen to me, just carrying them. Every guy has carried bags in his day, in his life, or done some type of physical work, that has alleviated, taken the burden off women and society. But with men walking away in mass droves, you're witnessing that, this utility begins to diminish. That the availability of the utility is diminishing. And what ends up happening, it causes it. Well, one, there's less money. Two, it's everything is going to cost more, because that value is no longer there. The men are no longer giving it away for free, so now they're going to have to pay for that. Women in society, they're going to have to pay for that. But guys, I want you guys to check. I'll link you to the full video in the description. All right, because I want you guys to really think about this. I want you to really think about this. You really need to understand that crypto, you need to learn crypto. Don't sit around, don't waste your time. Crypto is a game changer. It is a game changer. And for password bros, it is something that every password bro should have, because it will be there with you no matter where you go in the world. And no matter what trouble you may get into, you will always have access to money. As long as you can get access to your private keys, you will have access to money. And that is absolutely insane. It doesn't matter what country you are in. Doesn't matter what country you're in. It doesn't matter if they confiscate everything from you. You will always have access to money. You will never be flat broke. And that's mind-boggling, that we now have something that they cannot just take away from you so easily. If they can't get your private keys, they can't take your money. They can try. They can try to holler and scream and look, guys, and you just have to be smart about it. There are a lot of guys who keep private. Listen to me. This is something I found out. Like, there's a family and there's this guy, and he basically they put all their money in Bitcoin at one point years ago. There's a family, and what they do is he has a bunch of different hardware wallets. But if you don't know what a hardware wallet is, you need to learn. That's a device that people use to store their cryptocurrency. But he has a bunch of different hardware wallets, and what he's done is he's separated the hardware wallets on different continents spread throughout the world. This is insane. All right? And when they need money, he will fly to another continent to go and take some money out and then fly back. This is they're like he's not messing around. He's not messing around. He has different hardware wallets stored on different continents in the world in secure locations. So no matter what, him and his family will always have money. Even if they let's say they figure out where there's one, he'll have another. This is how serious it is. And of course, you don't have to go to those level of extremes, because you can keep your private keys stored somewhere else, hidden somewhere. All right. But this guy has listen to me. There's so many different ways in which you can get creative to keep your funds secured. And not only can you do that, but if you want to go a step further, you can memorize. You can use, because there are techniques you can use to memorize your private keys. You can memorize them. And even though I would recommend always keeping a copy somewhere or having a hardware wallet, but if if you want to be so brazen, you can memorize those private keys. Memorize them. Or you don't even have to memorize the entire private. Here's something that's pretty crazy. You can store a portion of the private key, right? Not the entire private key, but store most of it, and then remove, let's say, the last five characters or whatever, digits or whatever, and keep those memorized. This way, you don't have to memorize the whole thing, just only a portion of it. And it doesn't. And by doing that, let's say someone gains access, let's say the government gets into your, they're trying to get access to your crypto, and they get into your laptop, and they get into your Google account where you have your private key stored, and they're like, we got you. We have your private key to your wallet, and then they look, and it's missing a few digits at the end. All right? They will have to literally go through tons and tons of different combinations to figure out what those last digits are, the last 4 or 5 digits are. All right, or numbers or whatever, digits or letters. They'll have to go through that. They'll have to go through tons of different combinations. Okay, tons. So they're not getting your money. They're not getting your money, and you can stay there and laugh to yourself like ha 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 ha. It's that simple. It's that simple. There's so many creative ways to keep your stuff secure. All right? So many different ways.
Regret it.
Crypto is a game changer for password bros and a nightmare for modern women. Guys, I want to know your thoughts in the comments. If you want to watch a video, if you want to watch a full video that I was playing here, you can check that out. I'll link in the description. But let me know what you guys think about this. If you agree that is a game changer for password bros and a nightmare for modern women, let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.